it's Sally here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. And today I'm going to be working on my What is Slow Stitch project, and today we're going to be looking at embellishments. So I have gathered a few embellishments that I could just gather around me, just as what can we use for embellishments. So there's things like buttons. I've got a collection of buttons there. There's little doilies. We've gone through letters before and numbers, so there's letters and numbers, another letter there, and that's a monogram of my initial. More buttons, laundry labels. I've got, I was lucky enough to be gifted these lovely laundry labels, S and Y for my name. They were from Christie, and I've also got some from Christine as well, which make LOVE, love, on those ones. Not everybody can get those though, so you have to be on the lookout all the time for those. I've been lucky enough to be gifted some, but I don't usually get any available for me to buy, so I was lucky to have those. There's Suffolk puffs we're going to be making, ribbons, laces, that's a little collar. Even bits of fabric can be used as trim. Then we've got ribbons, more ribbon. Did I say buttons? Got some more buttons. I think those were gifted as well from Christie. Some lace. Got a little bit of crocheted lace there. Just different bits and bobs. So what I thought I would do is, I'm just going to pop it. Oh, that's a little bit of a doily, another offcut of a doily. What I thought I'd do is, just to start making the page a little bit more interesting, I thought I would just add a little bit of fabric first of all. So I've just got some old fabric here, and thought I'd just lay out some pieces just to make it look nice. I did have some more, don't know where they've all gone. I've got that little bit of trim there, pop that on. What else have I got? I've got a bit of green. I'll pop that on, that looks quite nice with it. What else have I got? Let's see, I did have some more fabric. Oh, there's a little tiny piece there. Use that one. So I just thought I'd add a few bits and pieces. And I will get to stitching those down. What I'm going to do, just to hold them for now, is just dab them with a little bit of glue. This is just a Pritt stick. You can use Yoo-hoo. I just usually lightly just dab it, so it just makes it tacky. And you've got no glue to actually sew through. It's just the tackiness that you're sewing through, and that it doesn't affect sewing at all. Got a few strands there. I'll just take those off. So it's just to keep them in place, just in place of pins. So I'm just dabbing it. You can't see any glue at all on there, and then just pop it on. And again with the trim, there's a little bit of lace trim there, and that little tiny bit of offcut of fabric. Don't want to waste it, and it looks lovely against that blue, doesn't it? So that will do for now. And I'm just going to have I'll tell you what we'll do first. We'll do a Suffolk puff. Now I've got some vintage Suffolk puffs here that have come off a quilt. Some have been gifted to me, and then some that I've bought myself. I love these old ones, but again, you can't always get them, so we're going to make one. They're really easy to do. Just got this, I find the thinner the fabric, the better. They don't get too bulky then. So I'm going onto the back. Now you need a circle. Let me just go and grab a pencil. Now you can use a template if you want. I should have looked for a template before I started. Hang on, there's one in here. We've got a pin pot. You can even use the inside of a tape. The rule is usually whatever you draw, the Suffolk puff will be half of that size. So kind of like that, because what will happen is you'll fold half of the sides in. So it'll be about half that size. So yeah, that's about right. So what we can do is just draw around like that, and then you've got your template. You don't have to, you can just draw a circle. It doesn't really matter if it's not exact. I usually draw them freehand because I don't mind them being a little bit wonky. In fact, I like them a bit wonky because if you look at these, they've all been on a quilt and they've been washed and washed. You can see how wonky they are. They just look nicer, I think, when they're a little bit wonky. So I don't aim for perfection at all. Let me see, I'm just cutting around it roughly. So that will go away into my scrap pot. Okay, then we need some thread. I'm just going to grab me a needle. There we go, and just some cotton, regular cotton. Now what you can do is you can use one strand or you can double it up. I usually find when I'm pulling my Suffolk puff, sometimes I pull too hard and I snap my thread. So I'm going to use two just to give it a little bit of strength. Now there's two ways to do this. You can just go round the edge in a running stitch all the way round and pull it in. Or if you want a neater edge like these ones here, you can fold it over. So there's a little hem on it. And then running stitch around that. And all you're doing is just run all the way around. You can build up your stitches on your needle to start with. And then when you feel as though you've got quite a few on your needle, just go through and keep going round. How are you all today? Anyway, hope you're all well and you're finding time to stitch. Coming up to the weekend again. We've got our projects on the go and ideas of what we're making. I'm hoping to get a few projects up to date. I won't say finished, but up to date this week. I've got my Roxy project at the time still on my orchids. They could do with getting finished now. I've got just the petals left to do on those before we go on to the next prompt. I'm not sure whether it's this weekend or next weekend, to be honest, so I need to put my finger out and get on with that. And I've also got my workshop coming up the week after next as well, not a week on Saturday. My next in-person workshop is on, so I've got to get all that ready and everything. And I've also got a booking for my next one as well, my April, which is lovely, but I haven't actually designed anything yet. I need to, I kind of have a rough idea of what I'm going to do, but I need to sort that out as well. So it's all busy, but it's all stitchy busy, so what's not to like about that? There we go, we're nearly at the end now, so I'm just coming up to where I started. And I'm just reaching it now. And what I like to do is I like to go one stitch over where my knot, my messy knot, can you see that messy knot? I like to go one stitch over and then just kind of gently pull and just manoeuvre the fabric a little bit. There we go. It's starting to look like a Suffolk puff now. And gently pull. I'm going to pull out the little bits there. And as tight as I can. I think that's about it. I'm just going to put my finger on there so it doesn't come undone. And then what I'm going to do is just go through, back up, hang on, just let it go for a minute, go through, then back up, and just do that a few times around, just so it holds it all in place. This is a little bit smaller than this one. That's that messy knot. Just going to try and trim that knot off. Hopefully it won't all come undone. Still there. Okay, and down one more time, and then I'll put my knot in at the back, because I'm going to be sewing it that way. You won't, excuse me, you won't see the back. So I'm just going to put a knot. Try and get it a bit neater this time. It's just because I've got two strands of thread, but there we go. And there's my little Suffolk puff. As you can see, it's not perfect, but that's fine. I also like to press them as well, to iron, give them an iron, and then they kind of they look a little bit more vintage as well. But you could just, with the absence of an iron, just pop your fist on it and give it a press that way. There. So we have our Suffolk puff. So let's go back to the book, and I can now pop that on. Oh, it goes nice with that green. I'm going to pop it on there. So to stitch it on, I am going to use just one thread now. One strand, sorry, of thread. I'm just going to pop it on here. You can actually use contrasting thread as well, which looks really nice. Because this is quite colourful, I'm not going to bother with this one. I'm just going to use white, but you can use different colours. I'm just going to separate my pages. The eye of my needle is a little bit too large for this thread. That's coming out. Are we about there? I think we're about round the other side. Just check your back and you can see if you've met up with your stitches, if you can't actually see them at the front. Okay, so that is Suffolk puff. They feature quite a lot in slow stitching, so I think that's an important one to show on my piece for embellishments. So let's see what else we've got. Let's have a rummage. Okay, so we've done already letters and numbers, but that's quite a nice, I quite like that. That goes really well, so that's going to go on. Again, I'm just going to use my glue to start with, just to pop that on first, because I can go around and sew them all on afterwards. Again, you could use contrasting threads, which would look really nice on that. I've got that one there as well, which is my initial. Quite. that. Right, let's just leave it there for now. I'm not sure where I'm putting it. So there's that. Right, let's have a look at ribbons. So I've got some ribbons here. Now, to build up your collection of ribbons, you can always start with, if you've got clothes, usually kind of dresses, blouses, cardigans, I think they're on as well. The things that go on the shoulder of your garments, so you can attach them to your coat hanger. Now, I don't like them because they get in the way, and I always, when I put something on, you can like see them poking out, so I always cut mine off. So, and that starts your collection of ribbons. And obviously they're coming in colours that you like, because obviously the clothes that you're wearing are ones that you like. So, I mean, they could have come off that one, and they're not, because I think I've still got them on this one, and it is annoying me when I put it on this morning. But, so they're kind of like a gold colour, which goes really nicely. I've got that ribbon, I think I bought that as a ribbon. And then you go on to braids. This pretty one here. And you don't have to use a whole strip, you can just get a little tiny piece to pop on. All you need are little tiny pieces. I like that there, that's going on there. There. I've got this one here. This is this was from, I bought this not long ago actually. It is new. It's from a shop. It's here in the shop's in the UK, but I think they are a Danish or Norwegian. Danish, it says Denmark. So they're a Danish company, and they're called, I'm hoping it's on here, yeah, Sostrine Greens. Sostrine Green? Sostrine Green, something like that. I'm sorry, my Danish isn't very good, but that's what it's called, and I love going. It's a little bit like IKEA-ish type thing, where you have to go around the aisles like that. It takes you around. Some people don't like it, but I love going around there and just browsing at all the stuff. And they have little sections of, they have like bathroom wear, and then they have homeware, and they have a little craft section and food section and everything. It's lovely. So that's from there anyway. I thought it was quite nice, which is a red stripe. Let's put some of that on. Again, you don't need too much. I'm going to use a little snippet. Use it as a tag actually. Oh, that would look nice, wouldn't it? As a little tag. I like that, like that. I'm just going to use one of my quilting clips to hold that in place there. I like that. What else have we got? We've got things like doilies as well. I'm not sure I'm going to put that on today, but a little bit bright. That's the only one I could find actually. I don't know where all my doilies have gone, all my cut up doilies, but a white one will probably be better. But another bit of lace there, peachy. Oh, peachy looks nice. Let's have a little bit of peachy lace. Possibly there. It's just building up the layers, and you don't, I mean, this is a page of embellishments. You don't usually have this many embellishments all scattered, you know, in one tiny place. You can usually spread them out a little bit. I've got some little bit of lace there. Oh, would help if I took the top off my glue, wouldn't it? Oh dear. I usually leave it off as well and then think, oh, I must put the lid back on. I'm just going to take that off. Good thing this with glue, you can just, this glue is, you can just take it off and reattach it. It might have lost the sticky, but just pop a little bit more on. There. Bit of layering up there. I've got that kind of a doily as well, which would look nice, but not on this, it's a bit too big. We've got that little lace collar, which looks nice, just laid over, doesn't it? After everything else. Okay. So what have I done? Have I done that? I've done that. I've done the little tags. Let's get one of these out here. This one here is, this has got SY on it. I'm just going to go to the inside and snip one off here. It's not all going to come undone. So that's gone in properly. You can actually still get new. Let's see if I've still got. Where are they? I think I've showed you these before. I got these done not long ago. In the UK, there's a place called Cash's Woven Name Tapes. They're called. If you look them up on the internet, and you can see I've not even used these yet. I should use them, shouldn't I? I had Dotty B done. Let's take, even got the little dashes where you're supposed to cut. There. I don't know how many I've got, but there are a lot there, aren't there? Never mind. They're quite reasonable actually. I think they cost me about £8 for that big bunch, so quite good value. So that would look nice as a little. Not that I don't need two, but I'm just thinking it would look nice as a little tag as well. Stick this one on. There. Oh, glued my finger then. And put that on there. Like that. So I've got, there's little bows. I'm not going to pop one on this one, but the little bows you can have. There's all sorts of embellishments, isn't it? And buttons. So I've got different kinds of buttons. I've got some novelty buttons here, little flowers, and a little bow, and there's a little bow. All little sweet buttons. Look at that little lilac. Oh, that little lilac one's nice, isn't it? I like that lilac one. It's right at the bottom as well, isn't it? So it's going to. See if I can wiggle it up without having to get everything out. There we go. That's not too bad. They're nice as well, aren't they? Those little flowers. Right, so I've got the yellow. Sorry. I was just looking at that yellow one. As I said, yellow. I meant purple. So you can find vintage buttons. These are glass buttons. You don't get them that colour very often, but you can tell because they're cold. They're much colder than a normal button. So they're vintage glass buttons, and these are lovely as well. These linen buttons, they always make your piece look nice and vintage. Going to see how you get them off. I've bought it like this, so they've got little pins, little wire pins. These ones, they're not sewn on, they're wired on. Can you see that little wire pin? So take it out there. Tiny little wire holding them in. So I'm going to pop that over there. So I've got that little linen button, and then I've also got mother of pearl buttons here. These are sewn in, and you can always tell they're mother of pearl because they're usually on a silver background. And they're cold as well. So I'm going to put a linen one on. Should I put the yellow one anywhere? Nope. Sometimes too many buttons can be a distraction, so I'm not a great button lover on pieces, but I don't mind them sometimes. So I'm going to, for this one, I'm going to use a red. I think the linen buttons always look lovely with a red thread through them. It's sticking to my finger. I've got glue on it. Okay. I'm sure there are plenty of other embellishments that I've gone and forgotten about as well. Just take that. Have I stuck that down? I stuck that down. Just had a thought. Sorry. I like that on there. There's a little tag. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm folding it over. Hopefully this will work. You have to actually go through the linen. Just the first one. I'm just doing that so it's all connected, and then we'll pop it on. I'll go through there. I'm just going to take that off a minute because it's making it difficult to sew. All you can see is the B, but you know the dotty is under there as well. I suppose it's trying new ways as well, isn't it? Like that there rather than sewing it. I think that'll do. Sewing it straight onto the piece, just different ideas. I'm looking forward to seeing your ideas as well, what you come up with. I'm sure there'll be plenty of inventive ways of using embellishments. Bit of thread there. I'm just going to snip there. Got a little tag there. I like that. Okay, so what else have we got? Oh, let's do this little tag here. Should probably done it a little bit bigger actually, but not to worry. So I'm just doing this a back stitch all the way along to secure it. Ribbon can be a bit temperamental, it will fray quite often, quite a lot. But this book isn't being messed around with that much, so I'm not going to be too bothered if it does fray. I don't think it'll be much. Okay, I'm going to leave the ends. I like that on the back actually. Thanks. How it's I wonder if I could do that on the front as well. Have a little diagonal bit. If you cut them like diagonally, then they shouldn't fray as much, should they? There. Yep, I like that. And go away. Let's see what else we're doing. I think it's really just a case of That's an old one. Should we put an old one on? Let's put an old one on. And we will, just having a look for, sorry, my arms. I was just looking for my red perlé, but I can't find it. We just quickly go and grab, I can use that I suppose, but I just wanted a thicker one. I've got a horrible feeling I've gone and used it in another project and it's, oh no, I've got one there. That one will do. And dangled a little bit. Oh, there's some sellotape there. Is that holding the end? I bought these pre-loved, pre-used. Oh yes, it is. So, oops. Try to buy my thread second hand. Use the ones that are already around. And just do that. Stay secure. Right. This is quite a thicker perlé. Let's see if I can get it through my needle. No, I'm not going to be able to do that. Let me just get my chenille needle, which will make it easier. Easy peasy. So sewing in red thread does give it a lovely pop of colour. So like I did with the other one, the other Suffolk puff, but I'm going to do this one in red. I'm just going to be, this is really delicate, this one. It's almost disintegrating. It's so fine. Oh, that's going through a little bit of embroidery there, so it's a little bit tougher. Fabric here is really fraying and fine. Gathered up a load of bits as I've been turning it. Almost reminds me, this one, of a the underside of a mushroom or toadstool, because of the colour, I suppose, and the fineness of it. Okay, so while I've got the red, let's see what else we can do in red. bit of lace here. So again, what I could do, just use the holes on this one. Will make kind of little circles, I suppose, won't they? That's tying the trim down as well. You can put little beads. Beads? I didn't even think about beads. They're an embellishment as well, aren't they? Put little beads inside the centres. There. And this little bit here. Just doing a little kind of whip stitch to tie it down. That's not caught. Let's try there. Sometimes with the lacy bits you can't quite get to the edges because they're cut. Like that, and I just want to do that little bit there. Like that. Oh, I lost my thread. One more stitch. Okay, that's that one. Right, let's go on to a different colour. I've got this goldy colour, which I always think goes well with everything. I'm going to use my thinner needle, which is, where did I put it? I'm doubling this up as well because it's only a sewing thread, but it's very nice to stitch with. I love stitching with it. So again, where are we going to start? Start here. You can be uniform with your stitches. You do them in little twos. For a decorative effect. Get 3 sets on this side. And then 2 on this side again. You can do crosses, that would look nice as well. And then another 3 on this side, 3 sets. So this little number here was just printed out with rubber stamps and ink. Nothing permanent. It's not permanent ink, it's just excuse me, it's stamping ink, but it's not going to get washed or anything, so it's good on there. I like that. So there's that kind of an embellishment. So you're embellishing your embellishments now. And then because this has only been glued on, you can like do some running stitch, which I suppose is embellishment in itself, isn't it? Just experimenting with different colours. You don't have to go all the way across either. You can just do a tiny bit in sections. And if you stagger your lines, that always looks good as well. So when stagger, I mean, like that one started, that one ended there, that one's ending there. So you kind of, you don't have to be level. And then you can even go over onto your fabric, onto your backing fabric. And again, just start at a different place. I'm just doing this until the thread runs out. And I think this is an ideal thing to do as well when you know you just sat in front of the telly, or you just want to stitch but you don't know what to stitch. Just pick up a piece of fabric and just do little embellishments. You don't have to think about it too much. Just grab a handful of bits and pop them onto your fabric. So yeah, I'm happy with that so far. I've got this one to do here because I can feel that that coming off. So I've got a green. No, don't like that. I'm going to stick to the colours that I've already got, although I have got a peachy colour, but is that peachy? Oh, I don't know actually. Yeah, let's go for a peach. It's not going to show up that much because of the peachy lace, but not everything has to stand out too much. We can have subtle as well. I try. I try to do subtle. And again, just going around the edges, sewing it in place. And so what's happening here is it's also sewing the blue in place as well. And it will sew this white trim in place when I go around there. It's experimenting with colours because, you know, you wouldn't initially pick out red, peach and it's that goldy greeny colour, you know, to put on a piece, but they do work. Sometimes opposites do look good together. And like the green there, just a pop of green. I think the green thread would have been too much, but just that pop there, just, well, I like it anyway. It's pleasing to my eye. And if it's pleasing to your eye, then that's all that matters. You don't have to conform to what everybody else likes. There. So I am liking that. I've got a little bit of thread left, so I'll tell you what we'll do. So as not to waste it, we'll just go in here, about there, and just do some, I'll tell you what, let's go that way. And do a few more running stitches. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go over. Like that. And start again this way. Again, staggering them. I just think they look good staggered. Can I get another row? Not sure. Oh, I thought it had gone a bit too short. It's gone caught. Right, I will get another row then. Do. I'm going to get another one out of it. Okay, right, I haven't done this yet. That's about all that's left to tie down, I think. So again, I'm going to use this gold, I think. I think red would be too much. Going in at each corner. This is also tying the green down underneath. And I've got a tiny bit left. Let's just do a few. Oh, I've got that one to do there. I've just realised I've got this braid here to do. It's going along that edge and then along the top edge. That will hold it in place. Try and get another one in, but it's a little bit frayed there. Excuse me. There we go. I think that's about done today. I'm not going to add any more onto that. I like it as it is. So I've got a few stray ends. Don't have to worry about those really, but we can cut them off. But yeah, that's it. So embellishments week. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing all your pieces in the group. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll hope to see you again soon. Okay, take care. Bye bye.